Okay, so when we uh, uh, start writing about JavaScript codes, so most of the times JavaScript actually working in the browser, and when we want to see the JavaScript code in the browser, so for that particular reason we need to be embed the JavaScript code in the HTML file. So for that reason I just create a index.html, and after that I just apply app.js as source file, and after that I just create uh, I just create a file here, app.js file, and now I just open it into a live server. Okay, so this is the basic thing you already did in your VS Code.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you already installed a live server extensions.
Yeah,
Okay,
I installed. Yeah.
okay. So now today we will be discuss about the JavaScript programming fundamentals, which are already discussed, but today I actually discuss about JavaScript variables, condition variables, and after that we understand about data types, and then we can talk about uh, conditions. So many things we discuss. Okay, so first thing,
Mm.
when we start any programming language, so first thing we require variables we have required. Okay, so in the JavaScript we have three syntaxes to create a variables. One is var, another is the let, and then we can use const. So these three syntaxes are required to create variables. Did you know what is this actually?
It's like the name, not the name, but
It's the identifier. It's a
I
identifier.
think.
Okay, it's a uses for the syntax definition, actually variable definition. So actually thing is, yesterday last class I already talked about ECMAScript, ECMAScript, ECMAScript. Did you remember?
Yeah, yeah. ECMAScript, the first 1996.
Yes, actually this ECMAScript is a actual name of JavaScript. Okay, actual name of
Sure.
JavaScript is, it is a code name of JavaScript. Okay, so we called uh, when we are actually writing any type of codes and any type of updatation, so that time they are actually uh, updated their versions with ES, means ECMAScript, which is short name ES. Okay, so ES5 was released 2010. Okay, ES5 actually released 2000 uh, 2010. 10 no, actually not 10. ES5 actually released 2005 near about, and after 2010 near about, ES6 is another version, which is latest JavaScript version, which is called ES6. Okay, these two versions actually identically changes have is these two versions have so much identically changes in between these two versions, because ES5 actually similar like uh, browser programming language, mostly it's working for the browsers part. But when ES6 are released, so after ES6 release, it's most of the time it's connected with the system level language, or it's depends, so many things are nodejs platform. So ES6 and ES5 have very identically changes in between these two versions, and these two versions are changes massively. Okay, but every it is released actually, these versions are released actually 2015, ES6, And after ES6 released, every years ECMAScript are released as ES ES7, ES8, like that. Okay, but after some time they think every year they will be up to date anything in the ECMAScript. So after that they are decided, not they are naming it as ES7, ES8, they are actually converted their name like ES 2018, ES 2000 2019, like that. They are every years they are released, their some updations, some additions or modifications in their JavaScript code. So they every year gives some updates with the name of year's name. Okay, so last year they are actually released ES 2024. Okay, so every years they are release something up to date into the ES version. So basically currently ES6 actually after ES6 we are getting so much up to date in our JavaScript programming language. These all versions are JavaScript, but when we are talking about the coding standard, that coding standard based on ES. Okay. Okay. So this is actually terminology of JavaScript code name. So basically ES5 and ES6 have very identically differentiation when it is released. So most of the developers who are actually starting in they are starting their code like 2000 or 2000, actually I am start my code 2009, from 2009. So actually from that time yes, JavaScript actually that time JavaScript is different, and current JavaScript is so much differentiation from that time. So basically thing is that time JavaScript have no standard, and they have so much messy at that time when we write JavaScript code, because I already told JavaScript have various browser working with various type of extensions. So for that particular reason JavaScript have not proper standardization. So for that reason most of the times we are using jQuery to properly create anything for the front end. So JavaScript ES5 have var syntax are for uses for the variable declaration, and up to 5 version var syntax only var as the syntax for declaring variable. Like if I create the var name, so this is the var, and after that we are using the name. So this name basically is a variable, and here we can use name Hafiz, and sorry Hafiz. So we can use the name here. So at this moment when I set up the value here, automatically data type are initiated. Did you see? Basically as I set up the value, automatically detect the data types here. But it is a VS Code editor. VS Code are so much useful and efficient editor. So for that particular reason it's showing the data types. But how we know, how can we check this data types, right? How can we check these data types from the JavaScript? If we want to see in the data types what kind of data types we are using here, so basically when we want to see any output from the JavaScript, so basically we are using console dot log is a developer part. As a developer, if we want to see anything in browser or anywhere, so we can always use console.log. And this console.log, if we use name, so this name are actually directly using the value we can see through this. We are declaring the name here, and after that we can see that name directly into the console, and after saving it we can see the browser in developer console. So go to the page and inspect the page, and after that go to the console section, and here we can see the name, right?
Yeah.
This is the developer console, and in this developer console we can get the value, but we want to see the data types. If we want to see the data types, so for that particular reason we can use operator. It is a operator, and type of is a operator. Okay, type of also called, it is also called as a operator, because when we are calling it like this, and after that we can simply use the variable name beside using some space. So for that particular reason we can see also the data types here, right? So this is also a operator when we are using like this. If we want to like this also, we can create using like this also. This time it is using as a function. Okay, so this is the things which can be uses in the JavaScript. Understood?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so this is the variable where we can declaring the variable here. So we have so many types, so many type of data we already have into the JavaScript. What kind of data types we have? So first we are using the name, and after that I just simply a b c I using as variable. So a, we can put a number here, another number we are using b, like 1.2 2 or 3, var c equal to true, true, and var d equal to something, var e equal to e equal to anything function var f equal to undefined, var g equal to null, var h equal to symbol symbol hello. So this this all are actually variable declaration process, and there have so many data types already here. Okay, so can you say me what type of data I am using here, and what is the data types of this particular thing? Can you say me?
It's a number.
This is a number, and it is a
That was a number too. Number.
both are number, but basically when we are working with C or any other native language, so basically they have two type of numbers I am using here. This is called integer number, and it is called float number. Float number means when we are using dot value, so that time it is also called float number, or sometimes it's called also double. Okay, so this two both of are when we are using in JavaScript, both of are number, but sometimes it's have some differentiation uh, in a number types. Okay, and what is this?
That's a boolean.
Boolean. Okay, it is a boolean, and
Yes.
it is, what is this?
That's a string.
String. And actually I
This one is
just
function.
it is a function, but what is this?
That's object.
It is a object, but what about this?
That's array.
This is the array. And also we are using now undefined. What is this? It is undefined, maybe, right?
Yes.
And after that we can use null, so it's also object. Null also object, and hgi, and after that we can use the symbol is the latest data types, which is symbol. Okay, this is our latest data types are introducing, it's a symbol. So these all types of data are actually available into the JavaScript part, JavaScript section. So let's see all the data types quickly. Type of, we can see everything. You called it as a object, right? Object or array? What is this?
This one is array.
This one is array, but in the JavaScript it's called object too.
Okay.
Why it's object?
Object, I don't know. It has a bracket. It has to be array.
But JavaScript it's treat as a object also. So I have an explanation for this, so I discuss about that also, why it's object into the JavaScript. E F G G H I and when I want to see the data, so like this, and we can use it I. Okay, so let's see the output. Okay, so first thing is a number, second thing also a number, third thing is a boolean, fourth thing is a string, fifth array, which you say, and it is see as a object. This value is object. It is a function, you are correct. Undefined is a undefined, null is also object, and hello is the symbol. Okay, we seen every type of data objects are available into the JavaScript like this. Okay, so when we are creating any values with any variable, so that time we did not need to assign any data types, because JavaScript automatically assign their data types into their variable, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the data types and data and data types we are seen step by step, right? Now we discuss about difference between difference between between var, let and const. Did you write anything in your from W3 schools?
Uh, just a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so did you read about what is the difference between var, let, const?
Yeah, the only thing I know is what I understand is const, the value doesn't change. We cannot assign anymore to something different. But the let, we can assign from one thing to something different.
Okay, and what about
Yeah.
var?
Var is something old version from the that's why it's not usable anymore.
Actually not. Everything are usable. Okay, actually old
Okay.
version when we are working with the ES5, so that time we does not require to declaring variable previously when we write the code. Okay, basically var does not also required to define the variable. We can define variable anywhere without declarations in the ES5, but that was the problem. That was not a good process to declaring any kind of variable or object declarations. So for that particular reason we have some changes into the ES6, and as ES6 are released, we can also declare without declaration name, like we can use any name like this. Okay, this time we are not declaring anything. Okay, and after that we just simply see the name here. Okay, and we can get the output. How? I did not declaring any code, any variable initializations in this variable. We can change the variable name also here as a, so we can also see the output. How it possible?
So we can
We are not
use it.
declaring any kind of variable
Yeah.
syntax, variable initializer syntax, right?
Yes.
it is
Right.
it is it is good or bad?
It's bad because we have to initialize. Yeah.
Hmm. But if we are want to create like this, it's already doing at this moment. It's give the that process also given without declaring any variable declarations. We already create the variable and we can see also the output, right?
Right.
It is a very bad things. So if we are
Yeah.
want to use this particular thing and we want to restrict it, so for that particular reason we need to use strict, sorry, strict spelling, I think mistake. Strict, what is s stri, strict,
See.
ct, stri,
Yeah.
strict, strict, strict.
Yeah.
If we are use strict this particular command, then we can see the problem, right?
You're right.
So if we are use strict this particular line, then it's complaining we are not declaring any variable basically. So if we are using the var syntax here, and after that we can see the output. Okay, so
Okay.
if we are not using in JavaScript file use strict, so without variable declaration, you can declare your variable into the JavaScript, right? So this is the very confusing thing.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah. So we
Okay.
have to use strict
if
so
you
to
if you
avoid.
if we are use it use strict, if you are use this particular line, then we must have to use var, let, const, whatever you want. You can initiate your variable first, and after then we can calling it. Okay. If we are not use
Okay.
it, then without declaration value can be initiate, and also we can be call. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the main thing. And after that, why variable, why var, why let and const? Let's see. So if we are using the use strict, and this after use strict, we need to be use this particular syntax to create the memory for some value. Understood?
Yeah. So
When
we
we
need
are
to use that one.
this particular syntax are create a memory for the value. Okay,
Okay.
basically it's a create a some space on RAM memory
The
for the value,
memory.
okay. So this is the thing when we are using this kind of syntaxes here. So after that, if we are create another value like this, puppies, so we can see the output means our value is overrated, right?
Yes. Yes.
Means var a already declared previously, and after that we same variable are declared again, and we set up another value in that same variable name, and we can see the last output which is
Yes.
overwritten.
Yeah.
Okay, that means memory is same but value is different. Okay,
Yeah.
that means memory is same, both are memory are same, because you are not find any value Shivaji, and never you get again here, because it's already overwritten with the Hafiz, right?
Yeah.
So if we are create let here, then we get complaining.
Yeah. Because their types are different.
That's a different means. Once you are create a variable with the let syntax, that memory cannot be shareable for another variable, because this is when we are declaring var variable name, so this is actually another variable, it is not same variable. If we are using
Yes.
it as b, it's okay. If we can use it a1, it's okay, but it's another variable. But if you want to change the value, if you want to change the value into the value in same variable, then you can change, but value is overwritten, but memory is not overwritten, variable not overwritten. Okay, value is overwritten here if you are using let, but variable not overwritten. Understood?
Yeah. I understood.
Basically it's a variable where I just declaring once, and after that we cannot reuse we cannot redeclare that same variable with any other variable syntax, variable declaration syntax. Okay, it is a
Okay.
let, and it's called scope. It's called also scope. Okay, actually not scope, it is a process of difference between var and let. And if we are declaring it as const, after using this we cannot be override the value. Okay, once I
Yeah.
am declaring the const a, then we are not override the value again. Okay.
Okay.
In the const we are already declaring a value, and this value also a data type when we are declaring the const, because when we declaring the const, so const value, it's a data type for the that variable. Understood? It is
Yeah.
a differentiation of the let var let const. Okay. Another thing,
Still, I don't.
do you
I
have a
don't understand what's the difference between var let const. The one thing I understood is the const we cannot change the value.
yes,
We cannot assign value again, right? But the
yes,
var and let is same thing.
var let not same thing. Var can be redeclare same variable. Let cannot redeclare same variable. Once I do it once again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we.
Actually, if we are declaring the var here and also redefine var here also. Okay. So that means both variable name are same
Yes.
and value is different. Value is
Yeah.
different type of value we can be assigned with
Yeah.
same value. Okay. Same variable.
Yeah.
It's acceptable when we are using
Yes.
var syntax. That means memory are overwritten.
Yeah. Overrated.
Memory
Yeah.
are overwritten. Memory are overwritten. Value not overwritten. Memory also overwritten. Memory
Yeah.
also
Okay.
overwritten. Okay. Uh, this memory and this memory both are same, and this is also overwritten top of another memory, other declared memory. Okay. But if we are declaring the late anywhere, if we are declaring the late here, okay, so previously we are declaring the var, and after that we are declaring the late. Once we are declaring the var, that time we already say let already check, already this value are there, the same variable already declared previously. Why I is it at same place?
Yes.
Okay. बेसिकली आइडेंटिकल जुड़वा होता है ना, क्या बोलते हैं, ट्विंस, आइडेंटिकली identical twins both are looking same, but when they are want to sit, they are not sit in a same seat. They can do,
Yeah.
in same seat, they can use same seat in a one time. It's possible. It's possible. दो जोड़वा अगर कहीं पे जाता है तो एक सीट
नहीं.
क्या दोनों यूज़ कर सकता है?
नहीं.
दोनों एक साथ में क्यों यूज़ नहीं कर सकते? यहाँ पे क्या है, ये
Okay.
दोनों जोड़वा है, बट ये दोनों का फिजिकल आइडेंटिफिकेशन अलग अलग है. मतलब दिस इज ट्विंस, बट physically it's a different member. So for that reason they are not placed a same memory.
Yeah, but if you change the var to late, it's.
That time we cannot share the same place. We required another place. We required another place to sit.
No, if you change
Change the name.
the top one, the var.
If we are use the var, then it will be memory change. Then
Yeah,
then
no. Change both the var, both vars to late.
both late. Okay.
Yeah.
Both if we are doing both late, not they are share the place.
Oh.
It's not possible because late only use once. When we are
Yeah,
using let,
आप समझ गया, आप समझ गया. For we can do, we can assign again and again. But इसको assign करने के लिए problem.
लेट में जब ऑप्शन करेंगे तब आपका प्रॉब्लम आएगा, बिकॉज इफ यू डिक्लेयर वंस, आफ्टर दैट यू कैन नॉट रीडिक्लेयर दैट सेम वेरिएबल in the same place. Not possible when you are using let, but var is possible. Understood?
Yeah, understood. How about the const? So const is the same thing, and like var, like
Const is
yeah.
const is same because const more strict than lest, because when using const the value and data types also assigned as a value also assigned as a data types. So for that particular reason we cannot change anything, because it's already declared and value also declared. So if we are assign it, so it is final, and if we are assign it, it is also final. Okay, so basically value is a data types when we are using const.
So
Once I
it
declare
means that it means that let and const is same thing.
No, let or const not same thing, because if we are creating the let, we can reassign the value, we can reassign the value here. Okay, value is overwrite when we are create the let.
Okay.
So value is overwritten, but when we are declaring the var, memory is overwritten, and if we are use const, nothing in overwritten. Understood?
Okay. Yeah. So
This is the final thing. Okay, these three variable are different. These three initialization is different with this process. Now we are say another example. We understand about the scope, SCOP. Okay, did you know what is the scope?
no.
Okay, scope basically is a two type of scope we can be used. Mostly somewhere some programming language have three type of scope, but mostly we are using two type of scope. One is the global scope, and another is local scope. Okay, these two type of scopes are available when we are declaring the any variable. Okay,
Okay.
so how can check it, how can use that? Let's see. Basically if we are creating any variable value like this here, okay, and after that we are use the curly brace. This curly brace are create a scope, and here I just simply use var a, and we are put some another value, and after that we can see the output of a. I just simply write here inner, and after that we call it outside of this bracket outer. So what kind of value we are getting from here and from here, can you say?
It should be 12.
Where?
Both.
It's possible.
No, for the inner it will be 12. Sorry, inner will be 34 and outer will be 12.
Let's see.
Yeah, 34 and 12. Oh.
In the both places we are seeing it 34. In the both places we are seeing it 34. How? How it possible?
Because that's inside the scope.
It's actually not obey any scope when we are declaring the variable var. When we are declaring the var syntax variable, they are not bother about scope. Okay, basically thing is, if we are declaring the var here, and it here also we are declaring var, so in previous way the memory was changed, and memory also changed and value also changed. So for that particular reason, these particular things read line by line, and this time this value are changes here, and that same value also get output from here. Understood?
No.
This curly brace not treat as a scope when we are declaring
Okay.
var. ओके, var एक्चुअली इसको जानता ही नहीं है कि ये एक्चुअली स्कोप है, ये एक्चुअली कोई बाउंड्री है, var को पता ही नहीं है.
ओके, ठीक है.
var को पता ही नहीं है कि ये एक्चुअली एक बाउंड्री है. ओके, सो फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर रीजन, when same variable name we are declaring and value is same, value is different, so value is overwritten in inner portion and outer portion both places. Okay, so
Okay.
let's see to change the value. So once we are creating let here, so after that we can see some compilation error. This time we are seeing it compilation error. Runtime error we cannot see at this moment. We are seeing it compilation error, means when we writing here our codes, and that time automatically compiled it internally. So for that purpose we can see it compilation error. So runtime error is getting, yes, runtime error also getting here when we are creating let here, right?
Yeah.
That means once variable are declaration, so after declaration the variable var actually want to optimize their memory. So for that particular reason var wanted to sit on this memory, but let cannot leave his place actually. So this particular variable don't want to leave his memory, so so for that reason have some problem. But if we are create it late here also, so that time they have no problem. Why?
Yeah, because same data type. So it's late and late, both are late.
Both are late, but why not get any problem?
Yeah, because it's same thing, late.
Late, but what about the output, inner and outer?
The outer, I think it should be 12
Outer should be 12 and inner should be 34.
and 34.
Okay, it's actually inner should be 34 and outer will be 12, because when we are using this particular curly brace, and after using this, both late initializations they know their position. When it's create here as late, so it is a global scope. When it's called here, it's called local scope. So for that particular reason, the memory placed in different scope. So for that particular reason, we can see both of time, both of value in another place. Okay, basically when we are using the let value here, so we can see the value, inner value, and also global scope value, we can see outer scope, right? And same things are using for the with the const also. If we are using the const, so that time also we can see same output with the const. Only it's problematic with the var, but if we declaring it var outer scope, and if we are declaring it in inner scope let, so also it's different if we are using like this. Okay.
I think I understand. So it means the var we can use inside the scope.
If we are use var inside the inner scope, that time they have some fight, because if we are using the var inner scope, so inner scope they are not treated it's as a inner scope. var actually does not know it's a inner scope. So for that particular reason, once you are creating let here, and after that you are creating var here, so that time var does not know this is this is a scope. var know I need to this memory because I am here. Okay. So basically var does not know this is as a scope. So it is a variable var syntax problem. But if we are using let syntax here, and if we are using var syntax here, so if see let already this same type of variable already here, let know it is a another scope, and for that particular reason this same variable, but they occupied another memory for this scope. Okay, so this is the differentiation of var and let or const.
I think I understand. So the var, it means that we can use inside the scope. But the let we cannot use inside the scope.
No, actually
I understand now.
actually let we can use both of places, but if we are using the var inner scope, that time var give some fights, because
Yeah,
var does not know it's as a scope syntax. var को पता ही नहीं है कि ये स्कोप है, इसका ये बाउंड्री है, var को पता नहीं है. ओके, var को पता है कि मुझे डिक्लेयर करने बोला तो ये जाके ये मेमोरी को पकड़ के उठाने बोल रहा है कि उठो मुझे यहाँ पे बैठना है. ओके, सो बेसिकली थिंग इज वेरिएबल var सिंटैक्स को पता ही नहीं है कि ये स्कोप है. तो वेरिएबल को बेसिकली प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, जब वेरिएबल हम लोग डिक्लेयर करते हैं, व्हेन वी आर डिक्लेयरिंग द वेरिएबल, सो दैट टाइम we cannot declaring the var syntax inside of curly brace. That time if we are using the let syntax, so that time it could not be any problem. But if we are declaring var here, so that time we maybe get some problems. If we are running any loop and conditions, if we require to redeclare the variable, so that time it will be problem.
So it means the console.log of inner value is 34, the outer is 12 right now.
If we are create var here also, that time also same output.
Yeah, it's the inner is 34, the outer is 12.
12. Because it is global scope and local scope are can be understood let and const, but variable could not understand about local scope, this curly brace. So for this is the actually main problem of var syntax.
So which one is global scope, which one is local scope now?
Global scope is basically, it is a global scope, and when curly brace are uses, it is a local scope.
Oh,
Okay, basically thing is
the,
this particular concepts and idea introduced in ES6 version, and var actually declaring var concepts are coming from the ES5 and beyond that.
mm,
So for
okay.
that particular purpose, var does not know it is a scope, it is a any scope. If we want to use var local scope, variable local scope, so for that particular purpose, this time I just simply changes it. If we want to know it var as local scope, so for that particular reason, var have a local scope, like we are created like this, and after that, if we are create a function like this, okay, and after this, sorry, var this 34, and a can be declared here.
And the
After
result will be
after that,
34.
log a here we can see, but problem is if we are declaring something here as function, so if we are declaring as function, so functions is a different scope. Var no function is a different scope, and when using any function, so after that function can be used curly braces, but direct this curly brace cannot be understand the var. So actually thing is, if we are using this particular syntax, and then we can redeclare here the syntax, then we can see the different output.
So we can use um, okay. What I understood is so the var doesn't know the scope.
Var does not
Only
know this kind of scope. Var know function scope. It's called function scope.
function scope.
It's
But doesn't
it's
know
called
the
function scope.
function scope. But the let know
It's a scope.
about the global scope.
Global scope and local scope know about with this curly brace. Okay, but but var syntax did not know about this as a scope. Var know function scope only, and when we are using the function scope, so for that particular reason, if we want to use it like this, if we are using like this, so this time after this syntax, we are not declaring here, but we can see the output automatically. It's called this particular syntax which are writing here, it's called self execution function. Self execution function. It's called self execution function. I discuss about it later when I discuss about the function. So that time I detail discussed about the functions nature, because in the JavaScript have so many functions are here, and functions nature are mostly difficult to understand. Okay, so basically this is all the process of syntax difference between the let, var, let, and const. Understood everything?
Yeah.
It's more informatic than your documentations.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Okay.
So the var is not using inside the scope. but the let and const used outside the scope.
Inside and outside scope we can use let and const, but if we are using the var anywhere, so maybe they can be get some fights,
Yeah.
some error problem. So this all are things we are declaring, and we also know about use strict, why required, you can understood, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we discuss, and now this time I discuss about conditions. Conditions is very easiest thing, I think. So what is the conditions? You already know, you already tell me previously. When we are using the conditions, so we have some conditional syntax first, like if else. We have also if else, if then else, switch, switch with case,
Yeah.
and ternary. These all syntaxes are uses for the conditional programming. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
If means one time condition checking, means if condition is success, then it will be executed, otherwise it does not be executed. Else,
Yeah.
if else means if it is true, then get some value. If not true, there have some another possibilities, then we can see it in the else. If else if means if once our first requirement is satisfied, then if will be executed. If not, there another choice we can be use, and that another choice is not available. Ultimately we need to be satisfied with some point.
Yes.
And switch case is a some process where we can set some value into a variable, and that variable accurately match with any case. That time that particular functions can be executed with the case. And what about ternary?
Yeah. The turn is if something we use the question mark. So if something happened, if something is true, it will happen. Otherwise,
Otherwise uh, else, false.
yeah, it will else. It's same thing like that, but the easy way.
Basically ternary mostly using in single line code. When we want to single line conditions, so that time we can use the ternary, right?
Yeah.
So let's see the some conditions. So just I simply the use the value, and if we can use the condition like a less than 10, then we can see the output. The value is less than 10. So we are not see anything, but if we are seen some value like this, then we can see the output.
Value.
We can see the
Yeah.
output because our main value are supplied less than 10. So for that reason we can see the output. If we are using then we cannot see anything here. If we are using else, then we can see another value greater than 10. Okay.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
we can get it. But if we are get greater than 10 and less than 20, then we have another choice to see another option. Means if we have 19, we have greater than 10, but when we are using it 20, so then it's a greater than 20. So basically we have another options to get some choices. So here is here applying two conditions with same bracket. Means 10 a value more than 10, a value less than 20, and it's a different it's a called and sign, logical and, right? It's a logical and, it's a logical and if we want to or sign, so this is the or sign and it is a logical or sign. Okay,
Okay, logical operator.
logical operator and or we can using this syntaxes. Okay,
Okay.
else if already understood. And now we discuss about the switch and case. Var a equal to some value like this. So if we are created like this, then we can see the output. Means accurately are matching with some value. Like if we are using this value, it cannot be matched. So that means the value is not 10 or 20. So if we are using exactly match with 10, so that time we can see the value is 10, and if it is match with 20, then we can see that 20. If it is
Yes.
if it is accurately match with any cases, so that case will be executed. Otherwise it will be seen default value. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I got it. Yeah.
this is the actually problem of the switch case. Switch case only checking when the value is exactly accurate same with the value with the variable value. That time the value will be executed or function will be executed in the case which is available here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically this is some like switchboard, because if you are press the light button, so that button when you are on, light will be on. If it if you want to off the light, so that time you turn off that same switch and light will be
Yeah.
off. So this is the exact match. So for that concept I introduce with the programming like this way.
Okay, I got this one. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the same, and after that this is the single liner syntax. Single line syntax, if value is 20 or whatever, so 20 means greater than 10, and if we are using 9, so less than 10 we can see. Okay, so that means we check the value in this line, and also we can set up the value here and check out the value here. But when it is here and here, we can use another conditions. We can use another conditions like 20 Okay, so here is a condition. If value is greater than 10, okay, then we can see the value here. If it is greater than 20, then we can see this particular options. If none of them, then it will be less than 10.
Yeah.
So that means we can see it less than 10, but if we are getting the value right here, so that time we can also get the greater than 10. If we are create the value, that time we are not seen like this. Why? Because our condition is not properly accurate. Because if we are checking it from here, so it will be fast, because first check the value from here, and after that it will be check, and after that it will be check. So that means if we have value greater than 20, then we can see the greater than 20,
Yeah.
and if we are greater than 10, that time this conditions will not be applicable. So after that this value will be, this condition will be applicable. So for that purpose we can see this particular output is greater than 10, and if we are not seen greater than 10, so then we can see the else value. So this is the process of this particular syntax. Okay,
Okay.
and we can check it top to bottom. Basically is it's called top to bottom. So this type of conditions can be used top to bottom and bottom to top. You use some flow when you write this kind of syntaxes, this type of logics. So you always remember, if you have some logical number logics, so first you are using topmost checking, then secondmost checking, then thirdmost checking, and after that you can use the default value. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
this all is a ternary operation.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so let's can I go forward and more, or it's enough for today?
Yeah. Some of them I know, so we can go forward. Yeah.
Okay, but actually thing is, I think you just read about the documentations, because it's required. I know you know lots of things, but I need some tasks from your end. Okay, I give you some tasks. So
This
hmm?
this W3 school is all around. It's all messed up. It's not clear.
Okay,
This W3 school, yeah, I don't know why it's not clear for me. It's saying different things in one page, and you have to go to different page, and but I will try. Yeah.
actually in JavaScript facility, they are actually missed something. Basically they have so many concepts, and they actually put one by one something here, and same things, same concept are discussed here also, here also, here also. So this is actually problematic documentations, but you just follow the processes, follow their documentation what you can. And I have some task, like you just create a loan calculator. Can you create that?
What kind of thing? I'm sorry.
A loan calculator or tax calculator or
Yeah.
loan calculator,
So
with the conditions, using the conditions. Basically thing is, I just
okay.
discuss about the loan calculator using. So basically thing is, this is the concept of loan calculator. So basically thing is principal amount, rate of interest, and tenure of the loans, and after that interest of the loan, right? We are paid. But how can set up with the logics? Here I just logic here. if
So I don't understand what's PRTI. P is
P means principal amount, R means rate of interest, T means tenure, I means interest.
so P is the amount of money.
Yeah, P means capital amount. Capital amount, which is taking as a loan. It's a
Okay.
rate of interest.
Rate.
Rate of interest. Okay. It is tenure. What is terms? Tenure. Okay. Tenure. How many years of or how many months? Maybe how many years?
Oh, okay.
Okay. And it's a simple interest. It's a simple interest, and we can see the value, interest value. Okay. So this is the whole thing we can see, but here have some logic. If amount, if principal amount, it's called principal amount, PRIN, principal amount. If principal amount, PRIN, if principal amount is greater than 5 lakhs, then interest rate will be increased. Okay. If principal amount will be increased, then rate will be increased. But if tenure is be if increased, then amount also be interest rate also be increased. Okay. This is the same thing. And okay, so this is the actual thing.
So if it's 5 years, if it's less than 5 years, if it's 10 less than 10 years, less than 15 years.
Okay, so basically thing is I can be reverse the some concepts. Basically thing is, if amount is lower, basically greater than and 5 lakhs, so it will be 12%. Okay. And else principal amount interest rate will be 10. Okay, so basically amount is greater than 5 lakhs, so it will be 20. But if it will be 10 lakhs, then interest rate will be less than 10. Basically amount is higher and rate of interest is lower. Okay. And it's too much higher, then it will be actually it reverse the rate of interest. If amount is high, then rate of interest is low. But condition is, if tenure is more than 5 year, then it will be 10 years rate. So actually uh, condition how can be defined. This is the differentiation. If principal amount is here and greater than this, then will be 8, and if it is like this, then will be like this, and if it is, then it will be this, and normally this is the output. So let's create your code. It is your task, home task for
If
next
the
session.
principal amount is 5,000.
Okay, so already calculation is there. Just you set up the actual calculations as per the value, principal amount or tenure is there, and how can be getting the interest of that amount. Okay.
Yes, the principal amount is 5,000. If the tenure is 5 years, less
Okay.
than 5 years.
So it's your homework.
Okay.
It's your homework. Not right now. You don't require to implement right now here. It's your homework.
So I have to use I have to use if statement.
You do
Or
by yourself what you can. I want to see what kind of expertise you have with this task.
okay. So using switch or using if statement.
Oh, you can do anything. I think I'm not guided you at this moment. You can use switch case or uh, conditions, if else condition, whatever you want, you can use.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, here no bindings for you. Just you apply. Actually, we need this calculator because someone takes some loan amount. So after that, taking that loan amount, we want to see what is their interest with their amount.
Okay.
Okay, so you can use switch case, you can use ternary, you can use if else, whatever you can use, that's not matter. You just check the thing and also calculate the value.
Okay.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I will try.
Okay.
Let's see.
So next Monday will be meet with you.
Okay.
Okay, so disconnect now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, let's see. I will try myself.
Next